And to talk more about raising awareness of environmental sustainability and zero emission, joining us is Mr. Erik Solheim, the former Executive Director for the United Nations Environment Programme. So, Mr. Erik Solheim, thank you for your time, for joining us on the 3-Hour News Show.
I'm so happy to be with you. Just across, I'm in Jakarta, I'm in Guangzhou in southern China, so happy to link up with you.
Thank you so much. So let me just start off with, as we see the awareness of environmental sustainability grows, we've witnessed a number of initiatives, both at global and regional scale. So how do you see the future of climate crisis handling?
I mean, look, we just saw President Jokowi opening new hydroelectric power plants in Indonesia, using also pumped storage, which is a way of balancing the grid. I mean, you do solar, you do wind, and you do pump storage as a way to reduce emissions and keep the grid stable. This year, Indonesia will host the International Hydropower Association Global Conference. So a lot is happening in Indonesia. But if you take the broader view, Asia is now leading the world into a greener future. China is the lead nation on every renewable technology. 80% of all solar panels last year were made in China. 70% of all electric batteries were made in China. If you buy an American or European electric car, well, the battery is made in China. And India is also moving very fast in the green direction.
Right. Thank you for that, Erik. Hi, it's Karina here. Now, on that note, with what you've just explained, here in Southeast Asia, we can also see that a guideline for sustainable business in the ASEAN have been approved. Now, how would you say the ASEAN members, such as Indonesia itself and the GBA, the Greater Bay Area, including Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau, can achieve a win-win development through sustainable cooperation?
First of all, there are massive positive developments in Indonesia itself. Last year, deforestation in Indonesia came down to zero. That's one of the biggest victories for environment anywhere in the world. It's thanks to good policies by the Jokowi government, and it's thanks to action from the big companies of Indonesian business. As an example, RGE, the world's biggest paper and pulp company, one of the biggest palm oil companies in the world, they've gone to, and they were a big part of the problem in the past. But now they come to zero deforestation in the value chain, chopping down no forest in Indonesia to make their product. And here is a big link also between China and Indonesia and the Great Bay Area. I give one example. I mean, months back, I visited Brazil, that's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's the most modern, the most green pulp mill in the world. It's owned and run by RGE from Indonesia. It's financed by Chinese banks. Its products, the pulp is delivered mainly to the Chinese market, but also to American market, and is owned and run and operated by this Indonesian company, RGE. So it's bringing together 3 of the main developing countries in the world, Brazil, China, and Indonesia, in one value chain. And it shows how important it is that we don't entertain any idea of decoupling, but see how we together can move in a greener direction. And indeed, China is also investing in, say, the Bandung-Jakarta Railroad and many other green projects in Indonesia in the Green Belt and Road Scheme. So together, China and Indonesia can achieve a lot, but of course with the much wider ASEAN region.
All right, Mr. Erik, this is Ahir speaking. So our next question is, how could green finance support this kind of cooperation?
Without green finance, you can't do anything. I mean, you can't start a factory if you don't have finance. And as I just said, I mean, Chinese banks were financing a green development in Brazil, led by an Indonesian company. So it just shows the importance of finance. But the good news is that there has been a revolution in the financial sector in the world. All the big banks and financial institutions understand that they need to go green. BlackRock in America, the biggest investment company in the world, the leaders there are sending out green messages very often. And all major banks are now applying what you call ESG, Environment, Social and Governance Scheme. In the past, this tended to be run by some nice young environment consultant in the company. Now they are run by the CEO, the top leaders, because they understand that they can do good business, create more jobs, bring everyone out of poverty, make value for the shareholders, and you can do that by going green.
All right, so still talking about the green financing, what role could dialogue platforms such as the International Finance Forum or IFF, for example, play in this green finance collaboration so that to make sure they hit the target? What is your advice specifically?
International Finance Forum is a brilliant platform for discussions and exchange of views and knowledge within the financial sector, with the aim of making sure the finances are reaching the right targets. Look, there is no lack of money in the world. We have abundance of money in the world, but sometimes the money is not reaching the poor regions and poor people of the world, and sometimes finances are not reaching the green industries which we do need. An International Finance Forum, which was established in China 20 years ago, is now establishing itself in Guangzhou. They will get into the new beautiful locations in Guangzhou. Hundreds of experts are using this platform. Thousands upon thousands of people have been involved. They're making a financial award for companies, financial innovation in the green sector. Mm-hmm. So it's a great platform for mutual exchange between financial leaders, but with other industrial leaders, political leaders, and also civil society and citizens. So I want everyone to join some of the events hosted by International Finance Forum and see it as an opportunity to link up ASEAN with China, but not just with China, with India, with Europe and America as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Erik Solheim, former UN Environmental Program Executive Director, thank you for speaking to us for the 3-hour news show. And hopefully we talk to you again soon because this climate crisis is still going on. And hopefully we can dig more. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Take care.
Thank you. Happy to be on your show.
You too. All right, so this is a time for us to have a very quick break, but don't go anywhere because we will come back and we'll have the latest from Southeast Asia and around the world. And Karina, what do you have?
That's right, ma'am. Later on during the hour, I'll be bringing you the latest from the world of business.
So please stay with us right here on the 3-hour news show, only on See Today.